Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, we are talking about The Demons of Dorothy. This is a 2001 French horror film which follows the story of Dorothy, a writer whose producer is pressuring her to make her films a little bit more mainstream, and when she finds comfort in her favorite TV show, her demons come to life. So this film is very interesting. It's somewhere in between a short film and a full-length film. It's a little bit under half an hour long, and so it's definitely not like a full-length film, but I feel like that's still a little bit longer than what we tend to consider short films. And like I mentioned, it is in French. I watched this on Shudder, and so it has subtitles, but it does go by, I feel like, quite quickly. It's a very fast-paced film. So you really kind of have to like pay attention when you're watching it. So if you are someone that struggles with following along on captions, this may be a little bit harder of a film for you to follow along, unless you obviously speak French, then have at it. Now this film is very interesting because we are following Dorothy as she's writing this script for this film, and then she is being faced with her own personal demons regarding the situation. We're taken between her real world and this fantasy world that she is trying to write and create, and then also being haunted by. And it's very in your face, over the top, very, very pink, quite, which of course I enjoy, and it's very interesting that at one point in the film, her producer is telling her that she needs to kind of calm down her script, maybe take some of the more intense sapphic parts out, the blood and guts horror aspects of the script out as well. Try to make the film more mainstream, more appealing to the kind of straight white men that they are having to present her script to, because those are the people that are, making these films, and who they're, kind of having to try to beg for money to make her film. And even at one point, her mother, this version of her mother that we see that she's being haunted by throughout the film, throughout different parts of the film, at one point tells her, like, I've accepted that you are a lesbian, but can't you at least be more feminine? So it's very interesting that she is very kind of dark and gothic and not quite as feminine, but this world that is kind of building around her is, which is obviously on purpose, because the people in her life, as she's being haunted by these demons, are all kind of these over-the-top fabulous people, especially this actress that is kind of brought up, who is like the current it girl in their world. She's making like a lot of these films, and she is able to go between the current trends of the world, but it is mentioned that she does so with the backing of her like daddy's money, which Dorothy does not have that, and it shows those kind of differences between them, that Dorothy is this darker, more like butch character with no one to back her financially, and then this actress is out there with family money, able to just kind of create whatever she wants, which is fine. Like, if someone is able to do that and create art, that's awesome for them, but obviously Dorothy is on that other end, and she's struggling, and she just wants to be able to create this art. And I think it's very interesting that this film itself is obviously French and very dark and very intense, and very in your face, which French films are kind of known for, especially French horror films. Like, they're known for being very, like, intense. Like, the one thing I thought about was like the film Raw. I love that film, but it it takes it there at times, and French horror is kind of known for that, and so it's very interesting that she's French, and she is trying to make this sapphic horror film and is basically being told that it is, like, too much. And I just, like I said, I just found that aspect of it very interesting. Something else that I kind of noted that I thought was very interesting is the TV show in which she finds comfort in is called Romy the Vampire Slayer. It's basically Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but obviously for like copyright reasons in the film it's Romy the Vampire Slayer, and she starts watching the show, and it's different actors in the show, but it even, like, the opening scene is Buffy. It's, like, very quick, that, like, title card and the pop up, but it's Romy the Vampire Slayer. But she actually has a poster in her room. There's a scene where we're shown different posters of different female characters that she has, and they show one of Darla from Buffy the Vampire Slayer in her, like, vampire form, which I thought was very cool, and also kind of funny that Buffy the Vampire Slayer doesn't exist in this. It's a different show, but they still show that particular character, who happens to be one of my favorites, just because I also just happen to love that actress. But yeah, this film, real intense, a lot of boobs, which I don't mind. But yes, this film, it's very good, very intense. I very much really liked it, and especially if you just have like a quick, 30 minutes, hour to watch something, definitely I think worth checking out. This film is written and directed by a queer man. I'll put his name here because I'm not going to be able to pronounce his last name. And I think that that's awesome, and of course a very important part for the film, just because of this Dorothy character herself and other characters that were introduced throughout the film. And you can definitely just tell that it's done by someone who is part of our community. So, loved it, thought it was great, definitely worth checking out. I did see that it is also on Amazon Prime, so if you don't have a Shudder account, you can watch, but you do have an Amazon Prime account, you can watch it on there as well. So, if you have seen this film, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. I hope that you guys have been enjoying these videos. If you did enjoy this, please do give it a big old thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for more horror-related content. Before I go, a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for helping to contribute to the channel. If you want to know the perks to being a patron, links are in the description below, along with all of my social media, and I will see you all again later with another video. Bye!